Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin from Florals.com, and today I am sharing with you how to make this DIY Christmas garland. You will need several supplies for this DIY, but of course you can always customize it to make it your own. The supplies that I will be using include this garland. It is just plain garland from the dollar store. I'm also using a bunch of poinsettias. I have a large size and a smaller size, as well as some holly berries. These are all cut from bunches that you can find at the dollar store or Michael's or any other box retailer. I'm also using pine cones. These are a smaller size and they came in this jar. These are the ones from Michael's, but you can also find these outside if you'd rather. I also picked up these burlap bows, these tiny Christmas trees, and some jingle bells in case you'd like to use those as well. Some other decorations that I considered included bigger bows, ribbon in general, and lights. I wanted to include lights on my original design, but I decided to go against that. You'll also need wire cutters if you did pick out flowers, regular scissors so you can get ribbon to tie it and hang it up, command hooks so you can hang up your beautiful garland. I'm using these mini size AdTech glue sticks for my hot glue gun here. You can buy these at Walmart or any other retailer. And that is pretty much all you will need. So let's get into it. Depending on the garland you chose as your base, you will either need to flatten it out. Mine came in a circle in the pack that I bought it in, and I made mine into two swags. So there's going to be a center point here, which I'm going to decorate now, and then two outer points, which I will also decorate. I decided that I wanted my centerpiece to be focused on poinsettias, but again, you could use bows or other flowers or even those small birds or the miniature Christmas trees I was talking about. But I wanted the centerpiece to be the biggest part, so I gathered a bunch of my larger poinsettias and my smaller poinsettias, as well as the holly berry clusters, and I'm going to glue these all in place using my hot glue gun. Now, since my garland was so thin, I mean it was from the Dollar Tree, I decided to double stack it so it was a little bit thicker. You want to make sure that the stems of your flowers are cut short enough so you can still make sure that they don't stick out the other side too much when you go to hang it up. Once I had my main flowers in place, I decided to pull out some bows and see where they would fit, and then I realized I wanted more flowers. So I pulled out two more of the large poinsettias and set them into place with my glue gun. Definitely be careful when you're using the hot glue gun. I know that my fingers got caught on the glue a couple of times since my garland was so thin. That's why I'm working on top of a desk. That way I wouldn't have to use my fingers as much. After I got all the flowers that I thought I wanted in place, I moved on to grabbing some of my baby pine cones. Again, I bought these at the store, but if you live in the right area, you'll be able to find them outside, which of course is fine. I am certain that there is a way to bake them so you can make sure there's no critters inside of them, bugs or anything, but I'm not 100% sure on the details on that, but I would check out Pinterest if you'd like to know that. I'm gluing two pine cones opposite sides of each other because I wanted this to be a pretty even looking garland. So once those were in place, I moved back on to my bows. These bows I bought at Michael's. I bought a lot of this material at Michael's, and if you'd like to see the behind the scenes on that, I did take you guys along during Vlogmas on a Michael's shopping trip, and if I do go back again, I will definitely be vlogging it since I'm doing Vlogmas this year. So to get behind the scenes, just go check out the videos also on this channel so you guys can see behind the scenes of making this and some of my other DIYs that are coming up. So I also wanted to make sure these bows were symmetrical as possible. Of course, it's hard to do when you don't know if it's hanging or not, but after the middle section was done, I moved on to the outside pieces. I wanted these to be slightly smaller than the middle centerpiece that I was just making, so I took one large flower and one small poinsettia, and I put those next to each other like a little pair, and then I also paired in another ribbon again. I really like these burlap ribbons. I believe you could make these yourself. I realized that once I bought them, I could easily make them myself, but I don't have any burlap here. I do have some at home though. I did pull in two more pine cones because I just love how cute these pine cones are, and then I put the ribbon down underneath that. So each point will have poinsettias, pine cones, and ribbon to keep it consistent across the whole piece. So once I was done with this side, I am going to hop to the other side and start working on the other side. It will look upside down, but that's only because of the way the garland curls. So since my garland was one long piece and I doubled it up, I glued these two ends together just so they'd stay together better. And like I said before, wire cutters are definitely helpful when you're using fake flowers since they're wire stemmed usually. Or if you're using wire ribbon, sometimes you want a little bit something easier to cut through. Wire cutters are definitely a good choice. I bought these green ones at Hobby Lobby with a coupon, and they're definitely a good deal. So I'm duplicating the exact same design on this side, 2 poinsettias, 2 pine cones, and 1 ribbon. And then we'll be able to hang up our beautiful garland. To hang it up, I'm going to use some red and white twine, so some festive twine, and just looping it around, so tying a knot around it and the garland, and then I'll be able to have a little loop on the back, which I'll be able to hang it up with. To hang my garland, I used 3 command hooks, 2 on the ends and then 1 in the middle, and just making sure the loop was secured fastly around it to make it a beautiful wall piece. I think this is great on top of a sofa like we have it, or in a doorway. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you can get the rest of my DIYs this holiday season. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.